It's Storytime Tea, that's me, and today I'm here to tell you a story about the time where somebody tried to get me up off the planet. They tried to send me up top. Alright? Or down bottom, depending on how they feel about me. Yo, they tried to take me out. So, I'm gonna set the scene, right? I ain't gonna tell you all the time period, but let's just say I had recently started a job, right? I'm like a cool, maybe 2 months in. I'm gonna say 2 months. That sounds like a good amount of time. I was a good 2 months in, and like at the job, I'm in a managerial position, but it's like you kind of got to prove yourself when you first get somewhere. So I'm doing my thing. I'm doing what I always do, just being the best employee ever because I'm just great, you know, at every job, no matter what. All right, let me not gas myself. So boom, I go there and I'm doing this event because, as I told y'all, I am a caterer. So I cook at all of these little events. That's what I do at almost every job that I done had in the past like 5 years. It's been catering. But yes, I'm there. And we're at like a new event space. So we're at this new event space. It's somewhere that I've never been before. And then like most of the people that's there with me, I think everybody that was there with me except for like 2 people, they had never been there before too. So it was kind of like a new situation for all of us except for like the managers. I think the managers have been there before. So like the front of the house managers, not the back of the house managers. Cause me and the other manager, we ain't never been there before. He was like, girl, I don't know nothing about nothing. And I was just like, cool. So the front of the house managers was like, oh, just showing us the space. Like, this is where this is going to be at. This is where this is going to be at. This was like one of those events where we were going to cook in front of the people, or we were like going to have stations and stuff like that. So I had to put on my nice chef coat and go out in front of the people. And so basically it was like a couple of stations. I was at one station with a server, and then at the station next to me it was just one other chef, and then across was the other manager that was a chef, and then next to him was just another girl that cooks. So boom, it's 4 of us, 4 separate stations. All 4 of the stations got different stuff at it, so we got different setups and different equipment. The way I usually do it is if I'm working a station, I set the station up myself because I want to know where everything is and I want everything to be set up properly for us to be as efficient as possible. But as I told y'all, I was new to this job. And so the front of the house manager was one of the ones where they'd be like, girl, please, you got to have patience. And you gotta be on your P's and Q's because this lady, she gonna take you there. And so I was just like, what? She seems so nice. Like, she cool for real. They was like, have you ever done an event with her? I'm like, no. They was just like, exactly. And then walks away. So like, literally like 7 people earlier that day was like, oh, you got her? I was just like, wait, why are you praying? Why are you praying for me? What's going on? And so they was just like, yeah, she just like everything in a particular type of way. Like, it just gotta be whatever she said, you just gotta go along with it. Because if you don't go along with it, you gotta go along with it. And I was just like, I don't really like those type of people. So I let her set up the station because she wanted to set up all 4 stations. She just like, I got it. I know how I need to be. I'm gonna set up all the stations. So she set all the stations up, right? So I come over my station and I'm just like, this is missing. Oh, this is missing. I kind of need to change some things around. And then she was just like, yeah, I put everything exactly how I need to be and da-da-da-da. And you just put the food on the station. And once you put the food on the station, you're going to be able to run and da-da-da-da. Okay, so I look at how she set it up. And I looked at the food and everything. Y'all, this is real basic things. Y'all will be able to follow me. I got a little plate. I have a little plate. On the bottom of the plate, I need to put the starch. On top of the starch, I need to put the meat. On top of the meat, I need to put the sauce. That's it. Nothing complicated. Nothing complicated at all. Just 3 little things because it was like a little teeny plate. It wasn't like an actual plated meal. It was just like each station got like a little hors d'oeuvre kind of type beat. Like in terms that you will understand. Each table got like a little hors d'oeuvre kind of. It's not called hors d'oeuvre, but I'm not going to tell you what it's called because like y'all going to be like, go shut up. So yeah, that was my thing. And so I was just like, okay, why do she had a meat first? the sauce in the middle, and the starch over here. Mind you, I'm with a regular person. He is not a kitchen person. So he not about to be fast at all. He's about to be the least efficient person ever in the world. Sweet guy. But like, he don't be doing this, so he don't know how to be fast for real. He just here. He just here because they said, hey, do this. And so it's just like, I'm like, all right, obviously having this order is not going to make any sense because he going to be passing the plate to me. I'm going to be doing all of this. And we're going to be just, this is what we're going to be doing the whole time. And then we're going to have a whole line down the little joint. We don't need that. We don't need a whole line down the joint, everybody waiting like, dang, I wish I had my food. Wow, I've been in this line forever. Like, no, I don't want it to be like that. It's gonna be a line around the room. So I'm just like, I gotta move this stuff around. But the thing was, she set the station up. If I was to set the station up, I'm gonna put the same type of Schaefer's on this table. And Schaefer's are the little things that you put the food in to keep it hot, okay? And so I would have the same type of Schaefer's on the table. She had 2 different types of Schaefer's on the table. And one Schaefer had the fire underneath, right? Just one stack fire underneath, that's it. And then the other one had 2 stacks underneath. So it was ones that was for replacing them, and then on top of that was the ones that was on fire. Okay, the sternos were lit, and they were the gel sternos, and the gel ones is basically a blue liquid inside and it's on fire. Okay, so I can continue my story. Basically, we go to move them, and the guy picks his up and I pick mine up because we got 2 of them, and one of the sternos fell off of the thing because they weren't on the bottom. They were stacked up. So one of them fell off and the blue liquid flew everywhere. And by everywhere, I mean on me, I mean on the trash can, I mean on the table and the floor. So I was on fire. I was literally on fire. My apron, my pants, the floor, the table, the trash can, every single thing over there was on fire. And I'm just like, I'm the quickest reactor under the fucking time zone. So I was like, I'm not about to die. I tell you, I ain't get out of a pair of pants faster in my life. When I tell you it took me 0.2 seconds to get out of these pants, like I threw my apron up in the air and I took my pants off so fast. Thankfully, I had pants on underneath my pants because I always do that. But literally, I'm at the table, naked, putting out all the fires. I took the trash can outside. I'm like, hey! And I ran back in. I took the fire out that was on the table. I took the fire out that was on the ground. Everybody's just like not even knowing that I caught fire in the whole fucking side of the building. My whole station was on fire. Literally 3 people that was in line saw that I was literally on fire, and it wasn't even a line because we weren't open yet, but they was just being nosy and trying to see what I had. And so those 3 people was right there, and then the guy that was at my station was right there, and he just stood there like this, scared. He didn't know what to do. He was just standing there. And I'm just like putting out all 80 of the fires because literally that blue liquid flew every freaking where, everywhere. And so he's just like, oh my gosh. So he moving the table out of the way. And I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. So he moves the table out of the way. Some man tries to help me put out one of the fires that was on the floor. And then he spilled alcohol on the fire and the fire got bigger. And literally, still, no one saw us. No one saw us. Not a soul. And I got rid of all the fires and everything like that. And then like the assistant manager came over and put the fire out that was in the trash can that I took outside. Just because I was just like, I cannot address this right now. And I know that it's not going to get crazy outside. I was like, it's a person out here. Hey, pour some water on that. Like something, like knock this out. And so I left the manager, the assistant manager, and that one person outside with the trash can fire while I put out all 10 of the other fires that was inside. So after that little man like apologized, like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to spill the alcohol on the fire, I'm just like, yo, when I tell you I was mad, I was so mad because I'm just like, bruh, it's too much going on for you to be over here. Like I told everybody, just step back. When I had got the fire in the first place, I'm just like, bro, just step back. Cause I'm like, whatever y'all about to do, not even about to help. And so, yeah, the guy moved the table back. All the fires were done. I put out all of the fires. by myself. And the guy put the table back. And so I'm looking at my pants and everything. I'm looking at my apron. I'm like, all right, things are cool. This is my message to y'all. Wear your uniform, because if I did not have on my fireproof pants, I don't know what my legs would look like today. Because literally I only had the pants on for like 2 seconds, but like the whole reason why I didn't immediately go through my pants was because they were fire resistant pants. So they were on fire, but literally like it didn't go through. Like when the fire goes on those pants, it just kind of like scrunchies up. It doesn't like go through the fabric like it would if it was regular pants. So it was good that I had on the pants that I was supposed to have, because if I didn't, raps. But yeah, so I'm right there. And I'm like, okay, well, now I don't have on any pants and I don't have an apron. I know that I have another apron in the tent. I can go out and get another apron, but right now I got on leggings at work. But like they was dark gray and they were kind of longer. So it's just like I'm behind the station and nobody will see me. But yeah, that's what happened. And so I'm fixing the station up because I'm just like, well, I kind of got to get everything back together before I like walk away and try to like see if somebody got pants or get another apron. And so I'm putting everything together. And during that time, I'm just like, hey, where is the actual manager? Because like the assistant manager know that happened, but the actual manager didn't know that happened. Like the person who set the station up, she did not know that happened. And I was just like, where's she at? And then she comes over a trillion minutes later talking about something. Where's your pants? When I tell y'all I was mad, I'm just like, what do you mean where my pants? I'm like, so you don't know I just caught fire? Y'all, I was so mad. I was so mad because like literally nobody's seen it, and I'm glad that nobody's seen it. But I'm just like, bro, you the manager, and I asked for you soon as the fire happened, and you didn't appear, and now you want to appear and talk to me about my dress code? Like she really thought I pulled up to work with some leggings on. Like yo, she made me so mad. I'm like, cause you know I didn't pull up to work with no leggings on. You seen me earlier have on my whole outfit, so you looking at me now like why I got on leggings? Like, be fucking for real. She made me so mad. But I was just like, all right. It's cool. And then I'm just like, well, I caught fire. I can put my pants back on now. But I wanted to get the blue gel off of them because I caught fire. from the gels that you stacked up underneath the shaper. Yeah. And she's like, no, you good. You don't gotta put the pants back on. You behind the table, it's fine. You in the corner, it's not like you in the middle of the room. And I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, all right, Joe. And so I just continue. Like after that, like immediately upon me getting everything together and like resituating the table, the station started. So I was just like pantsless, apronless, sitting there serving people the food. Like all I had time for was to wash my hands and to get my trash can back. I didn't have time for nothing else because I was like, if I go all the way over to the tent, now I gotta look for the apron because I don't even know where the apron is at, and da da da. It was just too much going on. So I was just like, I just gotta start because I can't leave him at the station by himself because it was like 100 people, and so it was just like, that's gonna be crazy if I just leave a server there by himself trying to do whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So I was like, all right, whatever, yo. So I'm at the station, I'm giving everybody the food and everything. And then the guy that spilled the drink came back over. He was just like, I feel so bad. Like, is there anything that you need? I'm just like, for you to get away from my table. Like low key for you to get away from my table. But I just smiled and I was like, oh no, it's cool. I'm just like, bro, I almost lost my life. But I didn't. I didn't have no burn marks on my body, like my legs or anything like that. But being as though I took my pants off and my apron off and it was fire on both of those. When I was putting out the fire, I had like a bunch of like nasty burns all over my hands. And I wasn't mad that I had the burns. I was mad that people really try to play with me like, oh my goodness, you don't have on pants. Yo, leave me alone. Especially that coming from the person that caused the fire in the first place, because yes, like we moved the things, but why was they stacked? And also, why couldn't I set up my own station? Like what's going on? So I'm just like, bro, it was 2 steps to where as though that could have been avoided, but it happened anyway. And so it's just like, it is what it is, and I'm not gonna blame somebody else for it, because I could have just been unorganized and just did this whole shit that you planned for me to do. I could have just did the all of this with the guy. I could have did that, but I just wanted it to be in order so it could be like more, you know. And so it's just like, technically, if I didn't want it to be fast and efficient, that would have never happened, you know. But in my head, I'm just like, if you would have set this station up right, it wouldn't have happened. Or if you would have not stacked them little things on top of each other, it wouldn't have happened. I digress. So, yeah, everything ended up being perfectly fine. Like, the client didn't complain about it. And then also the people that seen it happen, like, one of them gave me $100. I was just like, oh, well, you know. He was just like, for your troubles. I feel like I was a part of the mischief. And I was just like, oh, hey, $100, y'all. But like, I was just like, this is kind of crazy. And then, yeah, I ended up talking to the person that was in charge and everything like that. And she was cool. Everything was fine. The event went great. She was like, everybody loved my station the most. I'm like, thank you. They was just like, oh my gosh, the way she presented the food, and then it just tasted so good, and it was all hot and beautiful, and I just loved it. And I'm just like, yeah, my station. Like, that's literally all I had. That's all I had, because I didn't have no pants. And this was crazy because at the time I only had 3 pair of pants in the first place. So it's just like, I already needed to buy more pants. But then I was just like, let me just go ahead and get a whole 5 stacks at this point, because I'm out here with 2 pair of pants, and that's crazy. And so yeah, it was just a mess. But after that, then we all got together, like me and the other chefs or whatever, and they was just like, oh, so how was everything? And I'm just like, they really don't know I caught fire. I'm like, nobody in this party knew that I caught fire. Nobody seen me on fire. Like a complete, like, hair to my feet, hair to my daggone ankles. I was on fire and just nobody knew. That's how fast I was. Somebody need to put me on a team. My reaction time is, you know? And so I'm just like, yo, I feel like in a past life, I really probably had handles for real. I probably was quick for real. I'm just like, I played tennis or something. I'm like, cause nobody would have reacted like that. And so then the boy next to me, he was just like, yeah, if I would have caught fire, I just would have not been alive anymore. I'm like, what? He's just like, no, because you caught fire and I just stood there. I didn't even know what to do. I'm just like, do I call somebody? Like, do I get water? Do I pat her down? Do I help? Like, like he really was perplexed. He was just like, bruh, I really don't even comprehend how you got not on fire so fast. I would have just had passed away. I'm like, bro, you cannot say you would have just passed away. He just like, I would have, unless you saved me. That would have been my only saving grace. It would have had to been you, because I would have just stood there dumb. And I'm just like, I'm like, bro, some people do just stand there when stuff is happening. They just stand there and they don't know how to react. But I've never been that type of person. I'm getting jiggy. I'm just like, I gotta solve a problem real quick, and I'm gonna be good after that. And so that's basically it. Like, this middle-aged white woman tried to take me off the planet. That's it. She tried to take me right up off the planet. She like, girl, pooch you. And so I learned my lesson, right? When other people set at my station, I can fix my station alone, because I'm gonna have eyes on everything and I'm gonna be paying attention to everything. Not having other people involved is what's most important, because I know I got me. I don't know about nobody else. I don't know about anybody else. See, if I would have did it by myself, it would have never went anywhere. Even if they were stacked, if I would have just did it by myself, it would have never went anywhere. It was just the fact that me and him tried to do this thing together. It just didn't work out. It was just so many things that went into it. It just didn't work out. But, you know, my scars have healed. My hand is fine. My right hand was looking crazy for months, but it don't look like nothing ever happened to me. I look like a brand new baby. Just a little cocoa butter. That's all I needed. And so what I'm going to say is, more of the story. Rely on yourself. You know, you can rely on other people, but rely on yourself. double check yourself, right? Pay attention to you, you know? Like, get help from others, yes. But you need to lay your own foundation because you never know what's going to happen, all right? That's the moral of the story. For me, Storytime Tish, the tea is over. Peace and love.